In today's video, I am going to be showing you my foundation routine for covering up hyperpigmentation. I have suffered with problematic skin for as long as I can remember. I have been under the care of a dermatologist for years. When I was about 19, the dermatologist put me on Accutane, which it really worked, but you could only be on Accutane for a limited amount of time. And so it worked, but then years later I started back having breakouts. And it's just something that I always suffered from. My skin is very sensitive. So if I get a spot, if I get a pimple somewhere, I do not even have to touch it, but it is going to leave a dark spot. So I suffer from hyperpigmentation. And hyperpigmentation is just, dark spots. So there are several types of hyperpigmentation. You can get hyperpigmentation from sun exposure. You can get it from pregnancy. There's hyperpigmentation is just a darkening of the skin. So my hyperpigmentation, of course, comes from acne. The overproduction of melanin can occur following an inflammation. So of course the acne is the inflammation. Melanin is the substance that gives your skin color. So the more melanin you have, the more prone you are to hyperpigmentation. When you have an inflammation such as acne, the skin's response is to make excess melanin. So basically, dark spots appear when the skin cells make too much melanin. So that was just, a little lesson there. But let's get into this foundation routine. So I have already done my eyebrows and I have already moisturized my skin. And I am just going to use a primer. And I have been using this for years. It's not technically a primer. Is the Nivea Aftershave Balm for men. And I have been using it for years, and it is like wonderful at blocking out oil from coming through. The only thing about it is if you're sensitive to smells, it has kind of a cologne-y smell. So if you're sensitive, you may not care for that. But it works great though. And because I do have hyperpigmentation, when I really want to cover up the dark areas, I will use this orange concealer or orange corrector. And this one is from MAC, but you can also use, there's lots of them. You can also use the LA Girl Pro Concealer. I use that one too. So I just get it and put it on the areas that I really would like to cover up. I'm just going to use my finger because it's, got a little bit of warmth in your finger, so I'm just going to use that to pat it in, and the warmth from your fingers help it kind of, melt into your skin a little bit more. And you can see the dark areas. Well, I've started covering up, but you can see. And the orange corrector, that is good for dark spots. I'm just taking my finger and just patting it all over until I get it blended in to a point where I am satisfied. And I'm satisfied with that. I got it blended in like I wanted. And now I'm just going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in Coconut. And this is my favorite drugstore foundation. I think it matches really well. And I really like it. The only thing about it is it doesn't have a spout, so, or a pump. So you kind of have to pour it out, and sometimes I end up getting too much. But I just scoop it back in the bottle if that happens. And so now I'm just going to take my flathead brush from e.l.f. and just kind of stipple it in. And I love this brush. It's so soft and dense. And I just cleaned my brushes, and I love using clean makeup brushes. They just feel so clean. So I just take it and go all over. And I don't use a lot. I try to use the minimal amount possible because you don't want your makeup to be cakey. That's how it's looking now. And I am satisfied with the coverage. And that is how it's looking right now. So I am happy with this so far. So that's the main thing, is to you know, get those dark spots covered up. And now I just want to use a little bit of highlighter, and this one is the Maybelline highlighter, or Maybelline concealer, I'm sorry, in Cafe. I'm just going to put a bit up under my eyes, not too much. Because I try not to use a whole lot of product. Because once again, you don't want to get too cakey looking. And I really like that particular concealer because it's not too bright. It's not too yellow. So I'm just going to take my little sponge. It's my wannabe beauty blender, but it works. I think it's a Real Techniques beauty blender. And then I'm just going to go back over the top of that with just a little bit of Fawn in the LA Girl Pro Sealer. See that? So this is shade Fawn, and I'm just going to do a little bit. Give me a little bit more brightness. And I'm just concentrating it just right up under my eye area. That's the main area that I want to focus on for how I like mine to look, for how I like my makeup to look. You see, that just instantly like gives your under eye area like a little bit of vibrancy, a little bit of brightness. So yeah, so I'm happy with that. Just want to get a little bit of lift to my eyes. So that's after I do that. And then since this is this concealer is cream based, I'm going to go ahead and set it with some powder. Where's my powder? And I don't get too carried away with this powder either. So this is the Sasha Buttercup setting powder, and I just kind of get it and sweep a little bit up under here. Then I'm just going to take a brush and just sweep that excess powder away. That is what it looks like so far. And since this was a foundation routine and I have already done that, I'm just going to speed through the rest of the video until I get to the end. And you guys keep watching and I will be back in a little bit.
Yeah. I was finna write a song about how I've been hella stressed, but I looked in your eyes and noticed I'm hella blessed. And staring at you on this airplane, I ain't worried about nothing, cause you got me feeling like the Wayne Wade in 03. Yeah, you and me, we got the heat, so bump all that anxiety. But you hit to the side of me, I feel like I'm gliding. And honestly, look, I don't want you saying that you had a better chance without me, that you wish you had made plans without me. Look, I hate to make this song about me, but I really wanna tell you that I still get goosebumps whenever you call. When I pull up to your house in my car, when we kiss you make me sound the alarm. When we kiss that thing go ring, ring, ring. Tell me how you feel, tell me what it is, tell me what it ain't. Trigger happy, you looking by, I might just detonate. Yeah, tell them dudes looking far back. Kidding to kill, I need all that. Let them call, but don't call back. Let them call, but don't. I don't want you saying that you had a better chance without me, that you wish you had made plans without me. Look, I hate to make this song about me, but I really wanna tell you that I still get goosebumps whenever you call. When I pull up to your house in my car, when we kiss you make me sound the alarm. When we kiss that thing go ring, ring, ring. I still get goosebumps whenever you call. When I pull up to your house in my car, when we kiss you make me sound the alarm. When we kiss that thing go ring, ring, ring. I still get goosebumps whenever you call. When I pull up to your house in my car, when we kiss you make me sound the alarm. When we kiss that thing go ring, ring, ring. I still get goosebumps whenever you call. When I pull up to your house in my car, when we kiss you make me sound the alarm.
back and this is the finished look. I like the way that it came out. I really like this look. So guys, leave me some comments below and let me know if you like it, or if you don't like it, let me know. And guys, if you haven't subscribed already, then why not? Go ahead and take the time to hit that subscribe button down below. As always, I will see you in the next video. Bye.